maqaan kiyya Leela Umar ani Itoophiyaarraa gad dhufe Nageelle Booranaa fulaa Nageelle Booranaa jedha achirraa dhufe. Nageelle Booranaa lafa Arsiin jirtu lafa afaan Booranaa dubbatan.
Do you remember, were there any weeds back there?
Yeah, they have weeds. And they like to pull it with their hand. Like they don't have gloves and stuff, so they don't have tools to pull out the weeds, so they use their hand. Like kind of those weeds and this one and this one. They pull it with their hand, like their bare hands, and they get dirty and stuff. So.
Did you do any gardening back home?
I didn't do it, but my family they do gardening. Like they have food, but though like they don't do flowers and stuff like here. I mean, they don't grow flowers because, you know, they don't need flowers. They need to eat, they need to survive, they need food. That's why we grow food instead of flowers.
So, do you have a garden here?
No.
Would you like to garden here?
Maybe.
Why?
Because, you know, when you go to the store, they have these food that they are really expensive and stuff. So if you had the seed, you can grow your own food. And then they have so many chemicals, you don't know what they put in the food. So like, why can't you just grow your own, you know, what's inside your food? So I don't want to eat all those chemicals. I don't even know what they're going to do to me.
Magacayga waxa waa Faisal Noor, Kenya ka imaaday Nairobi. Yeah, we had weeds, but the weeds right here look kind of different. So we more and more have those kind of weeds.
Those kinds of weeds?
Yes.
And you had to pull those out?
Yeah. We guard, but we didn't guard flowers. We guard vegetables, so it was more important food than flowers. People got to survive to eat vegetables and stuff to cook for their family. So we had a lot of vegetables in my country.
Do you do any gardening here in Seattle?
No.
Do you miss gardening?
Yes.
Well, what do you miss about it?
I mean, you work with people, get to know new people, and this is like enjoyment. You work with others.
Chào các bạn, mình tên là Quân. Mình từ Huế, Việt Nam.
Did you have weeds in your garden?
There were a lot of weeds around my vegetables. Lots of them are this kind of weed, and then there were some of these weed. We usually have some tools to get rid of these weeds by digging it down and then throw it away.
Have you been doing any gardening since you've been here in Seattle?
Yes, my mom made me to go in the back side of my house and pull some weeds.
How do you like that?
I don't like that. It's really hard.
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ ឆុនលេង ខ្ញុំមកពីស្រុកកម្ពុជា ហើយខ្ញុំនៅខេត្តបាត់ដំបង
Did you have any weeds back home?
Yes, we do, and we have a lot of this. So I used to have my grandma pull out everything. If you see any of this, you just pull it out.
Do you miss gardening?
No, I do not like gardening because it's dirty, and my grandma always tell me to pull out the weed, and I don't like it at all.
So, would you like to come down to High Point and pull weeds just for the fun of it?
I would love to. Yes.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
I really hate weeds.
If you see a weed, pull it out.
If you see a weed, dig them out. It looks ugly.
Hi, I'm Dominic, and today we're in High Point, and we're gonna learn about weeds. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate weeds. And they're ugly. You know what I mean? Like, they make your garden look terrible. So what I did is I called my friends at the Garden Hotline, and they're gonna help me get rid of these pesky buggers. Hey guys, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Justin.
Hi.
I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie. So, word on the street is you guys are experts. You got name tags and everything.
Yeah.
Perfect. You're my guys.
We have more than name tags, Dominic. We have tools.
That's nice.
God. So the first thing you're going to need are gloves for protection, and they're also going to help you grip the tools a little bit better.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's perfect. It fits like a glove.
So, since you're working close to the ground, a lot of times you want to protect your knees, and there are a couple of ways of doing that. For example, you can use knee pads, especially since you've decided to wear shorts in February, or a pad like this that you can kneel on.
So let's go do some weeding.
So we have a lot of fun tools here to choose from. We're going to grab a couple and show you how to use them. So I'm going to need this. I'm going to take one of these guys. I'm also going to grab this one.
And I'm going to need this guy right here and this little guy.
Yep, we got weeds.
We got weeds.
That is a dandelion.
And that's a weed?
That is a weed. Dominic, are you familiar with a taproot?
A taproot?
Yeah, so a taproot looks like that. It's a large main root that grows down out of the plant straight into the soil. And you'll see smaller roots grow off the sides of it, but the bulk of the root system is made up of that taproot. Carrots are like that.
This does look like a carrot.
Yeah. And they're great, except that it makes it difficult for us to remove them from the soil, and we really want to remove the whole thing because the whole plant can regrow if we leave just a fragment of that root in the soil.
So, like, this much?
Maybe even that much.
Wow.
All right, let's take a look. So, the dandelion has these sharply toothed leaves that grow out of the base of the plant rather than up a stem, as well as yellow flowers, which you'll see certain times of the year, that turn into the puffy white seed heads that you're used to seeing. So a common tool that you'll see used for this is called the dandelion puller, specifically designed for this.
Okay.
You'll use that forked end to reach down under the root, grab it, and pull out the entire plant.
Well, see, this thing looks a little too small for that weed. Do you have something that I can use that will be better than this?
Yes. There's also this tool called the Hori Hori, very popular garden tool that you can use to dig around the plant and pull out the entire thing, roots and all. So what you can do is just take it and maybe clear away some of the mulch around the plant, and then use it to dig down around into the root zone and lift out the whole plant.
Okay, let's get started. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Well, it's not working.
Keep going around it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, that's most of it. There's a little bit left in the ground, but that is a lot of taproot you dug out.
So, do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going. There'll be a little bit more in there that you'll be able to pull out. You may go wider.
Okay. Like, from here? I feel like I'm gonna break this. Man, how far down does this thing go?
It's not too much further. Don't be afraid to dig down there.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, look at that. That's it. That's the last of the taproot. This is another weed with a taproot called dock. It has smooth-edged leaves that are usually pretty curly and will grow up to about 5 feet tall if given the chance. A smaller plant like this, you can use the smaller tools like the Hori Hori and the dandelion puller, but for a larger plant, you will probably want to use something like a digging fork to really get underneath the roots. This is dock and this is dandelion, both weeds with taproots that you can use similar tools on.
So besides dandelion and dock that Justin just helped us pull out, we're also going to tackle these buggers right here called groundsel. You're going to need this. All right, this is the groundsel right here, and it has a shallow root, so all you need to do is just kind of whack in and pull it out.
Okay, let's get to whacking.
There you go, nice work.
Oh, my bad.
So groundsel has gray-green leaves that are kind of toothed, and then they get yellow flowers like this, and they'll turn into puffy dandelion-like seeds that just float everywhere. So you got to pull them out before they go to flower. And you know, there's another one right here too that we have to remove. It's called shotweed right here.
Okay.
You can see it kind of has little round leaves, but you can take it out the same way that you took out the other one.
So just whack it?
Just whack it. Nicely done.
Okay, I'm so good at this.
Nice job. You're a pro. So shotweed has little flowers, and it's really important to pull this one out really quick too, because they're going to spread all over the place. So while you're here, we've got some grass growing here that shouldn't be growing here. So just use this tool the same way that you used it with the other guys.
And get this?
Yep, that guy right there. Just whack and pull. Perfect.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
The grass, of course, we want it to be growing in the lawn, but if it's growing in our beds next to our other plants, we don't want it there. So it's considered a weed and we'll take it out.
Yeah.
All right, Dominic, the last group of weeds that we're going to look at send out these structures that are commonly called runners, and they use these to reproduce. They go out many feet and in many directions, so it's important to dig up as many of these and pull them out as we can to keep that from happening and to keep them from spreading. So, the best way to do that is by using a digging fork. This is going to allow you to get underneath, lift them up, and then you can go through and pull out all of these whitish runners that you see. So, you want to give it a try?
Sure.
You just want to get it. We're going to try this quackgrass right here. And so you can get it underneath and then just lift the soil up. We'll be able to pull some of those out.
This?
Yeah, good. So now, can you see all these?
Yep.
Now, if we keep going, we can chase these all the way through the bed, probably. So you can get under there and just keep pulling them out. You can use the digging fork, too, to keep going. Yeah, they will go many, many feet, so you can kind of keep going and keep digging it up and keep pulling them out.
Wow. So much.
Yeah, there's a lot. Another weed that exhibits that characteristic is called vetch. This is actually in the pea family, and it has these small oval leaves, and later in the season it'll have purplish or pinkish flowers that come out. This is buttercup. During the season, this will have glossy yellow flowers, but you can always tell it by its toothed and deeply lobed leaves that have these pale white patches on them.
I hate the rain.
Alright, so once we've pulled out all the rhizomes in the area, we're left with this bare soil that's exposed.
Okay.
We don't want that, so what we're going to do is use some fresh mulch and cover the area. This is going to help to prevent the weeds from growing back.
Okay. So I just grab a couple handfuls and fill in the spot.
Yep, yep. Just cover the spot. Maybe pack it down. Good. Nice.
Nice work, guys.
Thanks, Katie. Wow. So are we done, Justin? Are we ready to go? I mean, we've got our weeds pulled. We've got the ground perfectly mulched. I say it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, the last thing we need to do is just make sure we get all the weed material into the yard waste bag, but after that, we're ready to get out of the rain.
Good.
All right, so remember, when you see a weed, first thing you're gonna do is identify it so you know what you're working with. Then what you're gonna do is use the right tool for the job, pull out the weed, put the weed in the yard waste, and then over that bare soil, you're gonna sprinkle some mulch over the top to make sure that no more weeds grow there.
Wow, I know so much about weeds now. Thanks to my friends Justin and Katie at the Garden Hotline. If you have any questions, call them. They know what they're talking about.